Strippers, welcome back to another episode of About Even, the number one betting show on planet Earth. Brought to you our good friends at Ned's. Shout out to Ned's. Much love to Ned's. Big up for Ned's. If you're going to have a punt, do it with them. Do it responsibly. If you feel like having a punt, but do it responsibly. We've also got our betting group, private betting group, which exists on the Ned's app. The code to get in there, the secret password, if you will, is Dribbler. So feel free to come on there and have a good time with us all as we do our best responsibly in this beautiful world of ours. Joining me as always, Edward, Sebbo, Rando, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, pleasure to be here. Mixed week.
Streak's over.
Your streak's over.
Let's just make
let's just get it out of the way.
Let's get out of the way.
Let's provide context. You now hold the record.
Yep.
We are getting the T-shirt framed.
Yep.
You went past university in 19 fucking who knows
42
when.
maybe, or was that the record?
No, I think it was like 1911.
Yeah.
The record by university was 42 games. You got 43.
I got 43.
You got to 43. The shirt with the lines on it will be framed. It'll be put in the set as a memento, as a reminder, as a celebration of Tom's shitness. Yep. But the streak is over, and I think it was a nice way to end it.
Yeah.
And I was glad you didn't want to end it on a tie. You wanted to, not that you wanted to break the streak, but I think the overall storyline, you had to get past the streak. And then I saw some dribbler comments saying like, if you weren't going to get on the meaning 2+ after the streak got broken, like that one is one of the most obvious signs. And it was, right? Like the storyline is you're going 42, you're tied with uni, you get one more, you get the next bet.
Yeah. It was meant to be. It was written in the stars. To be honest, there's a world where I'm proud.
Oh, yeah, you could look at it that way.
There's a world where I'm proud. Listen, there's not many reasons. Look, let's put it this way, Sebbo. Eddy's name ain't on any board behind us. No one, like, if this show was to cease to exist right now, his name would be the first that's forgotten. So there's a part of it which is like, well, I mean, even Voldemort, the man who shall not be mentioned, is going to be remembered before you.
Well, the thing is as well, like,
obviously.
Even if...
A very bad example. One of the most famous characters in fucking literature. And of course, why would he be forgotten?
So I don't mind if I get the old.
But I mean, I guess, point Ben, even if you didn't have your name on, season 1 winner, you've still got the streak up there. You've been remembered for something where... Eddie, whether it's good or bad, you need something on the wall.
You need something.
Well, my time will come.
My
time will come.
We certainly hope so.
But listen, would I prefer to be up there with 43 in a row losses? No, I wouldn't. No. I'd rather be forgotten.
Nah, dude, I don't think you would.
No, I think I would. I think I'd be more than comfortable.
I think as the seasons roll on and your lack of success in any form, or even just of notoriety,
or failures,
anything.
Yeah, it's better to be talked about whether it's good or bad, or better to be on a wall, whether it's good or bad, than not be at a wall at all.
Was it Sherman?
Depends how you want to look at the wall.
Was it Sherman who used to be like at school? Mate, if you got a nickname, it means you got mates. It was like, you know what? It's better to make the crowd feel something than nothing.
Yeah.
And right now, dude, you might be the fucking, you might be a team that no one cares about. Now.
Maybe.
That was just me managing to turn my streak onto someone else.
That's all right. No, and listen, I'm happy for you to voice your own frustrations, mate. That's fine. Your insecurities. I'll be a sounding board for that. I'm not bothered by it.
No, thank you. Coming up on the show, every NRL game for round 9.
Yep.
Round 9.
Round 9.
We've got the unit scoopers, Randos, Bet of the Week is Hot Boys, the $10 into 10,000. We've got a Lippy Dribbler taking us on again. Reece Middleton. We aren't sure whether that is it Gerald Middleton?
We think it might be Gerald Middleton's son.
David Middleton.
Who's Gerald Middleton?
I don't know.
Sounds like
Jared
an
Middleton
EPL
like a
player.
fucking...
Jared Middleton, is he on
Fox
TV?
Sports or something? Like,
oh, is he? Oh, yes.
Is he the blonde guy?
Yeah. Jared Middleton. I think he was a Fox
AFL
Sports.
360.
AFL 360?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was on Fox Sports.
No, that's
I think of the wrong
Jared
person.
Waitley.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
that guy.
Wrong
That
Jared.
guy. Put him in the screen. Put him on shot. Shout out Gerald. That was we got our Middletons confused.
But I think it's David Middleton,
Yes.
who is a statistician.
Yeah. On Channel
That's
9.
a hard word to fucking say. I thought he was on ABC.
No, Channel 9, dude.
I remember the name. I haven't heard it for ages. But
And his wife, apparently, like, they are both stats obsessed, like rugby league stats obsessed.
So he's like the
basically
MySpace of stats and Randos the Facebook, you know, like went over the wall first.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
then Rando's the new guy.
But he is Rando's hero.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
my dad, so to speak. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Your daddy.
Your stats daddy.
I wouldn't say
So
that.
this
I
is
wouldn't
your
say that.
step. This is your step
brother.
brother.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
So shout out to Middo. You can follow along About Even Instagram, Facebook, fucking wherever else. You'll find us if you want. Bit of accountability. Let's get into it. Let's just get fucking into it. Rabbitohs defeated the Panthers 20-18. This was a fucking...
What a win.
That was a good win. This is like one of the best games of the best game of the year.
Easily. And it was like it was playing out as it normally does, where Rabbitohs have a bed shit. Like I think in the prelim last year, they tripped over themselves and the Crichton scores. And then to be down 8 points with 5 minutes to go is not only a good win for my team, but 8 points, 5 minutes to go. I've got a 6.5 line. That line gets covered. And then some with the win. Then Trell misses a kick from about 10 metres away to keep it at unders. Like, that double
He
stake
doesn't miss them either.
No.
He doesn't miss them.
no.
I'm like, oh, poor Sebbo.
Yeah.
When you sent that message through going, Trell missing that kick got me my unders, I was like, of course it fucking did. I wasn't even conscious of it. Of course
I was extremely conscious of it. I was also aware when we left the show last week that us fucking saying that you got to be brave because you're putting on a brave, you're putting on a brave bet and it's all about bravery, and the only thing brave about your bet, well, it was only made brave by going a double stake, and I just felt like it was going to hit after that.
So did I.
Yeah.
So did I. And it just, I'm going to say it's my favourite bet of the year that I've got so far.
Your favourite bet
My
of the year?
favourite bet that I've got.
I can understand that because it was a great win as well, and Trell missing that kick was basically meant it was written in the stars.
Yep.
Do we think that there's room to walk back your criticism of my bet there, where it was Crichton and off first, second, or third? Like
No.
into the second half, that was still alive.
Toto didn't score.
No, but you're saying like as in it was not the worst bet of all
No.
time. It was actually
because
just
there
like,
wasn't many tries.
You can't, one leg may get up, but it's the two thing. It's the two thing.
Yes.
That's what makes it a tough bet.
It's a tough bet, but not
Didn't come
exactly
off.
a horrible
Didn't
one.
come off,
It
though.
was,
It
pretty
was a
close,
horrible
though.
one.
No,
It was awful. Toto didn't even score.
Oh, no, that fucked me. Obviously. We move on. Broncos defeat the Eels. I got to be honest, I'm getting sick of you, Seb. I am getting sick of you. I couldn't wrangle myself.
I tried to tell the world. Like I said, if you're going to try wrangle a Stags, NT's the place to do it. I said that multiple times last week. There was multiple videos going out that Stags was scoring. Now it was up to you to decide who you wanted to wrangle with. I recommended Sebbo because he scored the most tries. It's obvious. I can't. That's when I'm bullish. I was bullish. I wrangled my Stags.
You and Walsh are just.
Dude, I know.
I think you need to get off Walsh for a bit.
I think it's
I don't think you've ever wrangled him.
I tell you what I think is
He hasn't
happening
wrangled anyone. He's got
potentially.
3 bets all year.
Yeah.
So.
I tell you what I think is maybe happening though with Walsh is like, I don't realise that I'm not hot enough for Walsh, and I keep trying to slide into his DMs, and he's like, "Dude, I'm not interested in this relationship."
Yeah.
And I keep turning up, and I
too.
need to.
Yeah,
I need to learn. I need to know that I am. He's got standards, and I don't meet them.
You got to know your people. Like if Bracey comes back from overseas and comes on this show, he can bet him Walsh. You'll get him straight away.
Yeah.
No, he'll get him for a hat trick.
Yeah.
And that'll just be what it is. But
And first try scorer.
Tom's not, and that's fine.
You've got to know your place, dude.
Yeah.
You have to know your place. And at this
You got
point,
to go back to the sevens.
last
sixes.
week was enough for me to realise I need to learn that I am so far away from being hot enough for Walsh right now. And maybe that'll change, but I'm as cold as ice and I need to stay away.
Like you can have some good-looking boys, but I think a lot of your bets are focused on you're trying. It's very metrosexual. You know what I mean?
Dude,
you're not getting any grit in any of your legs. You know what I mean?
No. It's no substance. It's all just sex appeal.
Yeah.
I'm learning. Well, I mean, I'm probably not, but I
don't know if you're learning, but you're aware of it at least. Doesn't mean you'll learn.
Sharks defeat the Bulldogs 33-20. Only one leg out of every single one of our bets got up here, and that was from the Lippy, who had Sharks 13+. I knew I was fucked when Mulatalo fucked that try. I was just like, there's no.
He's dropped a couple of tries this year in the sense that he's fucked them. Like dropping the ball over the line, putting his arm out. You just got to tidy things up a little bit.
Yep.
I think he will.
Rando's stats was like, Sharks halves it was correct because Moylan fucking scored. Nico did not, and as soon as we were all on him, we should have known.
Listen, it's not a great sign if we're all on the same player. Rarely is it a good sign.
But also, it's like if he's at $5, you got to take it anyway. Like you can't.
You got to have a look.
You know what I mean? That's smart betting. It didn't come off, but it's smart.
He's into 345 this week to score a try,
And he didn't score last.
And he didn't score last weekend because it was against the Bulldogs. Sure,
Hasn't scored all year either. So
he hasn't scored all year.
No.
Where were you on that fucking stat last week, Rando? You
well,
piece
here
of shit.
fucking sorry.
Jesus Christ.
but 345 for a bloke who hasn't scored all year is getting.
Well, that's getting
that's getting
punchy.
that's getting pretty short.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Really short.
That is a bit fucking ridiculous.
We all went like a busted ass. Upon looking back, I didn't like my bets last week. Didn't like any of them. It showed, obviously, but it just showed in my legs as well. Just awful for me last week. Awful stuff.
I've had
appalling betting.
There's a few of those where like I'm looking at bets even this week and I'm going, fuck, I don't know if I like these. But some of them I don't know what to do, and we'll get to it. But there are some games where I
think you got to be honest about that.
Nothing feels right here.
You got to be honest about
It's like if you're a painter, you're not going to paint. You got 8 canvases a week,
time.
and then you go there and you're like, oh, it's all right. You go have a coffee, have a sleep, and you wake up and you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I need to get back to watercolors.
Similar to like porn you've watched. You're finished, you go, oof.
But that's always. That's always the case. I never continue.
No, you never come out and go,
how does this end? No,
this was a good watch.
No. You got to be a sick fucking puppy.
Yeah, you do, to finish
to sit down and see out the next 5 minutes.
Cowboys defeat the Knights 18-16.
Again, I'm 0-3. You know what I mean? I'm hitting nothing.
Again,
Holmes, no. Ponga, no. Tuolungi, no.
Who picks Miller for an anytime?
That was weird.
Has he scored all year? What is wrong with me, dude? What is wrong with me?
I keep saying I don't want to include cows in any parts of my bets, and I include Talangi again, and it's just like...
Well, Talangi fucked us.
You got to realise, but and I've been saying this for a couple of weeks. I've been saying this since like second week, third week. Cowboys are no good. Just stay away. Yeah. Do you want to put Nanai in for 230? He hasn't fucking scored. He's scoring... How many has he scored this year? 1?
He scored 4.
Has he scored 4?
But that was early on in the season.
That was early on in the season. He hasn't scored for
2
weeks.
doubles.
Tuolungi hasn't scored in fucking ages.
Well, he scored the week before last, but I get what
he's
you
got
mean.
1 or 2. Like, they're
But
just
not like last year when he was just
prolific.
guaranteed.
They've turned into like, forget even points on the ladder, but like a team to punt on. Like, like the Dragons, always hard to find your ATSs. Where even when the Titans are going like a busted ass, they're fun to punt on because you've got guys in there who are like, they'll score, but they'll lose the game. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Cows are becoming that team where you're like, where is the value? All fun
There's
ATSs.
nothing fun. You're not scoring any tries. Which brings us to the next game, the Fish v. the Titans. Now, for a game with whatever the maths is there, but shitloads of points scored, where 28-26 is the final score, to not have a single hammer.
Look
or
at me
Azarko
again.
Or Carney
I'm
P.
0-3 again.
But Carney P, hammer, and Azarko not getting over at all.
Yeah.
Well, Khan did score and they called it back, I think.
That's a no try then, technically, I would say.
No, but I'm just saying it was disappointing.
But I'm pretty sure Hammer even went close. Either way, that ain't your day.
No.
Jared Wallace would have been a better option.
Yeah, as soon as you started seeing your Mark Nichols and your Jared Wallace is coming in, you're like, okay, this is one of those.
This sort of this game is. This is going to be one of those games.
It was crazy. 4 front rowers scored in that game. You had Tino and Isaac Liu as well go over through the middle.
See, if that's happening...
And if you pick that, good on you. If you picked any one of those 4,
you pick 2 of them, it's almost an immortal bet. If you do Nichols
seriously.
into Wallace.
You know what? If you pick 2 props to score, that almost is immortal.
Yeah.
Except if it's Payne Haas, just because he's too good. Anyway, not a single leg was received there for any of us. And in fairness, we all had the exact same bets, down to the lippy, except for you who had Carney P in there, Edward.
Seagulls, Tigers, same thing. Very limited amounts of green. Sebbo had Manly to win and Lippy had Hamole, but otherwise nothing. Nothing doing.
13 plus, nah. Hamole 2 or more, nah. Turbo, Aloye, Garrick, Parker, nah.
Turbo should have gone over, but... whatever
he
happened to him.
He passed to DC.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and then Garrick.
Garrick didn't look likely ever.
Well, they never went to him.
I didn't even see him touch the ball.
No, which is why...
All they were doing was DC kicking to Saab. They never went left. I don't think they went left all day.
I didn't see him go to Garrick once. I wouldn't be surprised if he touched the ball once.
Maybe.
Manly, you're getting a little bit of bipolar about them. Like, turn it on, then completely turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn it on, completely turn it off. You know, like beat Melbourne convincingly 13+, and then go down to the wire with the Tigers.
But the thing is, we were looking at this with the Tigers. Every single game that the Tigers have played, apart from I think the Broncos have been tight all season. Like there's something about them that makes. I think they grab good teams, they bring them down to the shit.
But then like Bunnies lose by a field goal, but get pumped by Penrith like 48. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
it's
the
like
season. It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's getting too hard to tip on it. It used to be like Turbo guaranteed, Garrick pretty much a guaranteed. Now it's like fucking I'm out of the rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm completely out of the rhythm.
There's no way of knowing what's going to happen here.
It's tough.
We then go to Anzac Day. What a day it was, if I'm being honest with everyone. I don't know if you can see the pain behind my eyes, but still in a great deal of Anzac Day pain.
Shout out to the Diggers.
Shout out to the Diggers, and what a great day. Roosters defeat the Dragons 27-26. I mean, it was a fucking hoot of a game. I love Allianz Stadium, just by the way.
Yeah, just as like a piece of information for people.
Fuck me, dude.
One of the great stadiums ever built. One of the great stadiums ever built.
Yep.
And it's as simple as that. And thank fuck they decided to rip down that old shitter. Because it was, now that you go into a stadium of substance, you realise how shit the old one was.
Yep.
Yeah, look, I mean, when you get a nice one, you're okay. Look, I get it. This is.
It's like when you get a new car, a nice car, you're like, oh.
It's like when you go through North Connects or West Connects for the first time, you're like, what's this?
Whoa, dude, am I driving into the future? Like, am I in a tunnel towards space?
Like, it's like when the Cross City Tunnel fucking first opened, you're like, oh, this is a game changer. I don't have to drive through the fucking city.
But all the finishings they put on, especially North Connects, where it's like
the
little
lights and
stars
shit.
and stuff, and you're like,
welcome to the future. Welcome to the future.
You're
I'm in a wormhole.
I didn't know tunnels could be this good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that M1 North Connects, what, 10, 15 Ks a road? Beautiful bit.
Beautiful bit of road.
It saves you.
Beautiful
saves you half an hour.
Oh, yeah.
At
And
least.
the rest. And the rest.
At least.
And you just
Goodbye,
like,
Pacific Highway. Fuck off.
No.
You shit.
No, thank you, dude. Pacific Highway, one of the worst stretches of road. If North Connects, one of the great bits of road, Pacific Highway.
Yep.
Well, that new M8's pretty dandy as well. Have you been in there?
Is that the one getting you south?
You can get from here, Alexandria, out to like towards Canberra pretty quickly. Big long bit of tunnel.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
you can
right.
stay in the fucker if you want, and you can go all the way up to Homebush. Goes the whole way.
Yeah.
now, like,
bit
after
of road.
experiencing these tunnels, because I liked tunnels before, but after these new tunnels, on the news, you know how, like, I never used to care so much, but, like, there'll be a big, like, wall of concrete and then that, like, tunnel machine, that circular thing breaks through and everyone's
right.
celebrating. I'm like, I'm going to be one of the guys who goes down now. You know what I mean?
And watches and like they're cutting the ribbon for the new tunnel. You're like, woo! Can't wait to see what's inside.
Good for you, Sebbo. It's the simple things. Yeah.
Well, you know what I would like him to add to tunnels, and I don't know if this is a thing, but like good like radio. Because obviously
No,
most
the new
cars-
ones have.
Have they got digital?
Yeah, the new ones, yeah.
Because I haven't heard a fucking lick of digital radio inside a fucking
We haven't
tunnel.
been in a modern tunnel.
No, dude, I'm pretty sure the digital radio doesn't stand up to the fucking tunnel yet. I'm pretty sure.
I don't use digital that much because I find it inconsistent.
That's what the problem is. That's the problem.
I don't think they've invested enough money anyway.
No.
No one hits. Manu scored. Roosters won, but no one hits.
What a Gussie Crichton away, but I don't hold it against him. Just couldn't
He didn't
see
touch
him
the
back.
ball.
Barely touched the ball.
Yeah.
And that's not his fault.
No, it's not.
I blame the halves.
Well, they didn't pass it to him. Simple as that.
Now.
Here we get to Storm defeat Warriors. Tom, you can take it away, mate.
Everyone. No one's
I
joining.
don't know what you're singing.
You're walking a tight line between turning this into a celebration as if it was a unit scooper coming off and like you're just
No,
breaking
dude.
a losing
I'm
streak.
breaking a streak. It's 40 fucking 3 games, bro. Are you serious? It'd be like, you know, when you see those teams, it's like, well, they haven't won a game in 44 years. And it's like, well, now we have, and I'm going to beat my dick to it. Nick Meaney, 2 or more. If I'm being honest with the world, fucking the second one was a little contentious.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. I was like, whoa, I think I dodged a bullet there. But
Yeah, you clearly. I mean,
Well, I don't know about
I'm not someone
clearly.
who watches the replays.
wasn't
after
enough
the
evidence
replays.
to overturn the on-field decision, which is a great rule, I think.
It's a great rule.
It's a great rule.
If you're on Nick Meaney tour.
If you're on Nick Meaney 2 or more. And I was watching the mini the next day because, in truth, I was a little too inebriated to remember the game at the time, nor was I really even watching it. But watching it back, I was like, for the first 40 minutes, I would have been looking at that game going, there is no fucking way Nick Meaney scores 1, let alone 2. So the fact that he got over for 2, 6.25, it's not anything to write home about, but it's better than nothing.
It's not nothing.
The account ticked over, and it was nice to see. And it's just good to be back to fucking 0 again. Or 1 from 1, really. You're only as good as your last bet.
Sebbo had Munster 275. 3 from 8.
Pretty, yeah. Munster 275, Anzac Day. I'll take it every day of the week.
3 from 8's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's not bad punting.
I'll take it. But the fucking 10 and 10,000.
Well, you're not very good at that one, are
No,
you?
I'm not. See, I used to be good at the kitchen sink multi.
Yep.
For some reason, this 10 to 10K.
So I'm back to old seasons.
Well, aren't you supposed to be a man of the people?
He was, but now look at him now.
Now he doesn't give a fuck. He's all flash and belt. He's
belt.
forgotten where he's from.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's why you're not hitting the community.
That's not a community one though. That's the thing. If it was
But people follow along.
but the kitchen sink multi was more
people
community
follow
based.
along. People follow along.
Yeah, but kitchen sink
People
multi
follow
was
along.
more community, more people based.
I guarantee people follow along. And you've
People
forgotten
follow
about where you're from, and that's fine.
How about me bringing a
$2.50
$3.20 monster to the fucking table?
That was
I
nice.
know.
That was nice.
Tried to do my bit, Sebbo can't even bring one, the piece of shit.
Very nice. Unit scoobers, no one hit. Tom 4 from 8. I was 1 from 6. See, that was the sort of week I had. Awful week.
Did you hit a bet all week? No, you didn't.
No. Oh, except for the 10 in do, but
Right,
that
which
doesn't
when I
count.
say you
No,
basically
no,
shit
but
down my throat.
it
Johnson style.
I'm listening.
You slit my throat and you shit down it, and then when you're like, oh, I got 10
It doesn't.
It doesn't count as.
Well, then
yeah,
why the fuck you say it?
You said, did I get a bet all week? I got one.
Okay,
but
well, so
but
it
I'm not
doesn't
sitting here
count.
saying it's a fucking...
I got a 3.20
Your
bet
bets
in
really
there.
are 8 rugby league games, and
Yes.
the others are extras.
Correct.
Yeah.
Leaderboard, Sebbo 1. 572. Legs is 1 from 18. That's not right. It was. I'll have to work out what that was, but doesn't matter. Sebbo 3 from 10. Tom 2 from 10. Myself 1 from 10, and the Lippy 0 and 9. Have the Lippy going 0 and 9's a lot. I think. I don't think the Lippy should have bet in a while.
I thought they won a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but since then,
We still haven't got a trophy for those losers. Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Tom plus 2.19, mate. Well done, bruh.
Yes!
I was minus 4.14, Lippy minus 6.21. Overall, Sebbo, 9.69. He's starting to get a fucking nice little juicy lead there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's impressive, mate. 24% of your bets is hot.
That's a hot fucking
I'll
percentage.
take that. I'll
24%
take
of
that.
your bets is hot.
Yeah, that's
It means on average I'm getting 2 bets out of the 8.
1 and 4.
1 and 4. 2.
Nah,
yeah.
because the 10 into 10's counted.
Yeah.
Whatever, 24% of your bets.
Yeah.
46% of your legs
Yeah.
is fucking red hot.
Mate, if you can get over 50% of your legs come season end, it's
But doesn't that I get that it's good because it is good, but it's also still like you're not fucking hitting the bets, so it's like
well, I'm hitting 25%.
no,
No,
you
but
are.
it-
But I
it-
mean,
but
like
it-
if I had 46% of my legs, but I wasn't
It
hitting,
means you know who you got to vibe for your ATSs, your
Yeah,
margins.
yeah.
If you go 50%, more than half the time you're right about who's going to score, who's
you
going to
just maybe
win,
aren't.
who's going to
Your
hit the margin.
configuration's wrong.
Yeah,
Like if you got
yeah.
46%, you're probably not putting Lockie Miller in any time. You know, you're probably not.
You're probably not. That's it. It's an indicator about how close you're getting each week. How tapped in are you?
Yeah.
Or are you like me last week going 0 and 3, 0 and 3, 0 and 3, 0 and 3, you know? Just not a great week. I'm minus 19.48. Lippy minus 30.51 and Tom minus 32.85.
Yeah, look, a green week does not maketh the season.
No, it
and
doesn't.
Certainly,
As
I'm
indicated
down,
by
as indicated
the units.
But I'm on my way back.
So the Lippy, who's above Tom, has got 6.49% of their bets. You've got 10.11
Yeah.
and you're still last. It's tough.
Listen, but I'm betting more, so because they don't.
One more.
Well, one more is not nothing. So looking to turn things
So
around.
Sebbo's up by, he's got what, 41 units on you.
That's not that much in this game, dude. It's a lot, but it's not that much. Like you can turn that around.
You got to string together some solid weeks.
Yeah.
Or you got to get a unit scuba.
That's what's going to happen, baby. A unit scuba. I'll probably be down by like fucking 800 units and then just 1 week boughts.
I just love being in this position though because now I've got that lead. It's unless Tom doesn't become Old Testament. Like if he's going to go Old Testament, he's just relying on the unit scooper, right?
Kids
So
going
it
Old
means
Testament this week.
I can just put a unit on myself or like side $10 on his unit scooper. So if he gets up and manages to take it away and get the lead from me, I get up as well. And it's a
Yeah,
win-win.
but it's all right. You get up on the side. You don't get up on the show. So that's all that matters to me. I also really should have units for fucking my Cherry Evans bet on the weekend that only happened in the About Even group, but I'm not going to ask for it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
How would you get them?
Well,
How would that work?
because I shared it with the community.
Right.
And because it was like a thing that we were doing. But that's fine. Look, I don't want to make a big thing out of it. He was paying $5, whatever. It's fine. But I'm starting to see, you're starting to see things, the wheels start to turn for me a little bit, which is nice.
Perfect. Let's get to our bets.
I think that's probably a good call. Sharks, Cows, Shark Park, head-to-head. We've got $1.28 for the Sharks, $3.70 for the Cows. The line 11.5, over under 42.5. 370 seems short somehow for how shit the Cowboys are going. I don't know. Rando, no bias bullshit from you. Thank you, mate. What do you got?
It's going to be obviously dry and 21 degrees tonight at Shark Park. Now, the Cows, they have a terrible record at the venue. They've only won 5 of their last 6 games there. But what I'm really interested at is that team to score 20 or more points only. And I do like Cronulla to be the only team to score 20 or more. In the last 5 losses that the Cowboys have had at Shark Park, they've failed to score 20 points. Since Nico Hines has come back from injury, the Sharks have scored over 20 points in each of the 4 games they've played, and they've scored over 20 points in 3 of their last 4 home Thursday night games. So check out that exotic bet if you want to. For try scorers, I'm looking at Ronaldo Mulatalo of diving over the dead ball line fame to bounce back and be on the end of a left side Shark attack. He's scored 17 tries in 17 games at Shark Park. He scored in each of his 3 Thursday night games at Shark Park, and the Cows have let the opposing left winger score 5 tries in the last 5 games. So Ronaldo and the Sharks to get a fair amount of points today.
That's great for me because I knew everyone would go Kennedy, right? Kennedy scored a hat trick, so it's the same stock market, crypto market, whatever. Oh, what's going up in the charts? Let me buy that. Ronaldo had a bed shit. I'm buying while there's blood in the street. So I'm thinking he comes back and goes, I fucked up majorly last week. I need to prove a point. I am a fucking amazing winger. I'm going to get 2. And you're getting 480 for that. So I'm just jumping to Ronaldo, 2 tries, bounce back.
Okay.
It's not a bad bet. What's the Sharks to score 20 points market paying?
I think it's $1.92. So it's not too much, but yeah.
I'm gonna put that in instead. I've got Sharks minus 10.5, which is $1.90. I'm gonna put Sharks to score 20 in instead. So I'm gonna sub out Sharks minus 10.5, sub in Sharks to score 20 or more. Now, obviously, Sebbo makes a reasonable point about buying with There's Blood in the Streets in regards to Mulatalo. But if you saw the way Kennedy scored those tries the other week, you realise that guy can play the game of rugby league. And it's as simple as that. There's no fluke about what he was doing.
No, but also their attack is geared around
he's gifted.
him and he's all over the fucking...
He's gifted, Tom. And I'm not going to fucking look past a gifted man.
No.
No way. Now, there may be blood in the streets, but I don't think so this week. I think Kennedy scores, and Nicola, who runs the best line in the competition, is going in for me. I'm a fucking huge fan of his work. I made the mistake last week of going Teague Wilton. Now, Nicola didn't score, but I was on Teague, and I didn't feel good about it. I've got to be honest with you. I felt icky. I felt dirty. And that's not a shot at Teague. That's just, it's more of a reflection of my love affair with Nicola. So he goes in, 9.42, but that price will go up slightly because of my sub-in of the market.
Now, I have just obviously gone to Sharks W there because it's just easy. Just put it in, just take it, scrape it. Now, I understand that Kennedy, obviously, he's hot right now because he's off the back of a hattie. But I've also been very close to Kennedy throughout the season generally. But also, he's still paying more than Mulatalo. And the kid likes to score tries. So when you're looking at $2 dues for fucking Kennedy, and I say $2, $2.15, I don't give a fuck if Mulatalo's blood in the streets. Let's get him while the stock's like, fuck that. Stick with Kennedy. Now, you did hear Eddy just shit all over my good friend Teague Wilton. What I'm thinking here is Eddie's just had a serious slap on Where's the Gold, and he's had no fucking success, and I've slid into the seat. It's Teague Wilton's seat, and I'm going to fucking have a crack at it. So, you go Sharks for the W, easy money. Kennedy, easy money. Teague Wilton, bit optimistic, slide into the pokey seat bet, $9.90. I think they're going to score points. We all think they're going to score points. Cowboys suck.
That's not bad. How much is Teague paying for just
4 something?
He's paying 4 something.
Oh, no, actually, I don't know.
420 Teague.
Yeah, 420.
Yeah, right.
420, dude. Blaze it up, Dave.
Cowboys are conceding a fair few tries to that left second row as well, 4. So there is an opportunity there. Don't want to pump Tommy's tyres, but yeah.
I knew that.
Don't pump his tyres, man.
What's Lippy doing?
Lippy has Sharks minus 10.5 Ronaldo and Jesse Ramey and 577. Don't like those odds.
Dude, if you...
I don't like those odds.
If you... Talakai hasn't scored a try in how long? I just see him play now.
Not all season.
A year and a half?
All year. He
Not
hasn't
since that
scored.
Manly game.
Huh?
Was that the last time he scored a try?
No.
Feels like it.
Feels
like
I
it's
think
the last
he's
time
probably
he did
scored
anything.
at least one since then. But like,
There'd be some analysts out there who called him the best since Mal Meninga that might be going, fuck, was that a bit early? After one half
game?
of footy?
Yeah.
After one half of footy, did I need to compare him to Mal Meninga?
Who did it
Was
for a
that a
career?
mistake? Was that a mistake of mine?
but it's funny that he just really hasn't done. He hasn't played badly, obviously, but he's done nothing.
well, you could argue that he was fucked by the commentators.
But maybe you just got like...
He woke up the next day thinking he's Mal Meninga, and then when he wasn't, it's fucked him.
Yeah.
You know when you're in the zone, like...
Flow
I've
state.
done it with a game of golf. Had the best round ever. Never can get even close again. You know, maybe he just had his best
Flow
game
state.
ever.
Flow state.
And he had an opposition centre that was...
Well,
No, that was,
struggling.
He scored 2 tries since that Manly game. The last try actually came against the Cowboys at Shark Park in that qualifying final. So could be onto something there, David Middleton's son.
Recent.
I don't
I
even-
don't even think he's got.
No,
it
he's
in
going
there.
for
He's got
Ramey,
Ramey
yeah.
in
There.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were
No, I
winding
just
him
was
up
talking
like he
because
in
I was
there.
looking at them and I'm going like, that he just has not
Yeah.
scored. Raymond's
But Ramey and Bradman Best, they're like, you could claim they're wrangling, but it's like the meat doesn't taste that good. It's like the juice isn't worth the squeeze with Ramey and Best. Like you like them, they're a good game hunt, but like you're not, I don't know why you'd include them.
Well, because like at least the Stags, he scores sick tries.
Yeah.
Whereas and I mean, you could say that Talakai did last year, but Best has really not done much. With respect. We'll move on, though. Knights, Eels. Well, we'll move on to the Knights game where Best is playing. Knights, Eels, Combank Stadium, head-to-head, Eels $1.42. The Knights, $2.85. The line, 7.5. Over under 41.5. Rando.
Again, dry on Friday night for this one. 22 degrees, a pretty warm Friday. The Knights, they've lost their last 5 games against the Eels, and Parramatta have won 10 of their last 13 Friday night games at Combank. The Knights have also never won in round 9 against the Eels. They're 0-3 in that regard, so it looks to go all Para's way. Micah Sebbo, he's been keeping up his hot streak. He's scored in his last 4 games. In all 4 games, he has played against the Knights and has scored 40 tries in 41 games at Combank. He loves playing at that ground. You tag that in, though, with the Knights' left edge defence, where my mate Greg Marshew lives, and you'll find that they are still a shambles in defence. Carl Felt went over on the weekend. So I am looking at Eddie's boyfriend here, Will Penasini, to take advantage of that side. He's scored in each of his 2 games against the Knights. And Bradman Best, as well, is having a shocker in defence. He's led in 8 tries in 8 games this year.
Jesus Christ. I missed the first part of that.
Eels humping.
Yeah, Eels humping. Okay. I was going to Greggy Marshew because it was sort of like a FOMO thing. It's like everyone's been on Greggy Marshew, or at least he's been around, and I haven't had a crack at him yet.
He's been doing the damn
He's
thing.
been doing the damn thing, and I'm like, fuck it, give me a little taste of Greg. So I'm putting Greg in there for a little, just for a taste. This is a taste. This is like when you go to like an ice cream place and they give you a stick full of things.
Yep.
Like just taste it. You don't need to get like a whole fucking cone's worth of it. Just have a little taste of Greg. Penasini, for obvious reasons, I think he is, he's in vogue for the About Even family. But obviously, Eddie's boyfriend, I am sort of trying to cut his grass a little bit, but I am going to do it. Notice also that, maybe it's a good time to cut his grass. And then Gotho. Because Gotho, listen, I'm going to be honest with everyone here. Can I be honest? I don't know what the fuck's going on in this game because I actually think the Knights might win, and I hate the Eels. So I've just kind of thrown some shit together. I'm having a taste of Greg, Penasini because it's fucking hot boy season, and then Gotho because I'm like, fuck it, let's just try and throw 3 try scorers together. 14-42. Don't follow me. I wouldn't follow me.
Okay. Don't follow him.
You didn't need to say that, to be honest.
That's
I don't
not
think
fair.
anyone was.
I think some people
There you go. Don't follow him. When I saw this fixture, I don't know why, I just immediately thought the Knights would win. That's not based on anything other than a vibe and a strong vibe at that I was getting through the fucking ether. Now, the Knights lost last week. I know that. I know they lost last week, but such is the competition that you lose one week and you bounce back the next. I just don't like the Eels. My last roll of the dice on the Eels was against the Broncos on the weekend, and we did the live stream in here, and they were fucking dog shit from top to bottom. I'm sorry. Like, the Broncos got a bit loose at the end. They let them back in, but other than that, I don't like what I see. So I like the Knights plus 7.5 line. Sebbo goes in because he scores every week, and he's just fucking guaranteed. You may as well just put him in. Rarely does he not score. And then Greg Marju, because Greg's a fucking stud, and I'm a big friend of Greg. And I'm happy to have a whole scoop here, Tom.
Oh, you're going
you can taste it, baby, but I'm happy to scoop Greg up because he delivers.
Steak it?
Double steak? Fuck it, I have to now. Knights plus 7.5, Marju, Sebbo, 8.49, double steak, full scoop.
Full scoop, dude. Full scoop of Greggy Mars.
Nice. Well, Eddie, I had the same bet as you. But then I just wasn't sure when Rando was spitting out stats that Knights haven't beaten Para.
We don't forget that his stats are often wrong.
I know. You're right. Well, I took his Penasini stats. I just don't know who's going to win. But I get the vibe that Knights will come close, and 7.5 is good. It's a good line. But I'm just too scared, and Penasini stats lined up. Now, I've gone on dates with Mulantalo and I, like, pretty much married at this point. Same with Sebbo. You know what I mean? And
You've got fucking many wives.
Yeah. I've got
a harem.
I'm a fucking sultan of this stuff. But Will and I aren't actually dating. Like, DMs and stuff, but we're not actually haven't had the date. So I'm not trying to take him from you. I'm just trying to get to know him a little bit more.
Sure.
My castle's looking all right. Well, wherever sultans live, palace. And I want to get a Penasini. So I'm just going. I had Sebbo and Marzu originally, same as Eddy, and I've added in Penasini instead of the Knights line. So those three is 11.46. I think we're all on Marzu, which is good. Sebbo's a lock. He just scores every week. If he doesn't this week, I'm happy. Like, I've been riding him every week, and he's been banging for me. He's getting me so many bangs. So if it fails, it's okay, Sebbo, but I don't think it will. Penasini's my main leg that I'm going after.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like me and Sebbo both competing for Penasini's love. It's like The Bachelor.
Well, I'm having a week off because I'm tired. And you two boys are jumping in to see how you
Eddie's
go.
gone overseas and it's free.
Yeah, and they're blowing up his phone. What's the Lippy doing?
Power 1 to 12, Sebbo and Best.
I mean, yeah, we look at what we've said about Best.
Yeah,
And,
Best
I
doesn't
wish
bang.
him all the best.
I wish
hope
you all the
score.
best, but Best don't bang.
Yeah. Best don't bang, no bang. Broncos, Rabbitohs, Suncorp. Broncos 2.30. Rabbitohs $1.62. 2.30 ain't bad, is it? The line 3.5, over under 42.5. Rando, what do you got for us, mate?
So the Rabbitohs, they come to Brisbane on an absolute heater in Suncorp, especially when they've got Trell there. May as well call it Trell Corp. He has won 5 of his last 6 games at the venue. He's also scored in each of those 6 games as well. So he loves playing there. Now, where is he going to score? The Broncos' left side is their worst defensive side, and they've just chucked in Jock Madden in there, who hasn't had a great NRL winning record. He's only won 27% of his games there. He's lost his last 5 NRL games at 6 as well. So I'm looking at Trell to spot out Jock Madden and maybe run over the top of him in a right side raid here. I think Rabbitohs are hot, very hot, and Payne Haas missing as well. You can't look past him being out of the side.
Yep. I've gone Old Testament here, punters and dribblers, but it's also quite possible to happen. But it's hard to know. So, proceed with caution, but there's value here. I've gone for an Old Testament Tommy Burns special. Cody, Cambo, Trell, Throbbo, anytime, 34.80. It's not the worst.
No, it's not the worst.
It's not the worst. Like, I'm not asking you to fucking, bow down and get on your knees for me, but, it's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
For 34.80.
Not bad for
and
$34.
you'll get one of these ones because it's like you've broken the streak, and then
That's what I'm
there might be, maybe it's a false dawn, or maybe it's you start hitting Old Testament bets. But I know you're going to hit an Old Testament bet this week or next. I know that if you look at the fucking stars, that's what's going to happen. And this one seems like it's the most likely.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I quite like it, Tom. I quite like it. I like South Sydney in this game. They've got some fucking momentum and they're rolling in a nice way, a way that pleases the eye, but it also pleases my betting. So South Sydney go in. Now, Latrell Mitchell, I like those stats. I just got a vibe off him anyway that he fucking likes scoring tries at Suncorp. There's something burnt in my brain about that. So he went in. And then Campbell Graham, because Origin's around the corner, baby. Let's not forget about how close Origin is. And I just think that if he has a couple of big weeks, he might be shoring up that winger.
Did he also have a week off last week in terms of from scoring?
He did.
perspective?
Yeah, he did.
So that's always nice when you miss a Cambo. It's like, well, he doesn't like.
But like we're a month out this weekend from Origin. I think this is when Freddie's really having a look, and so I think Campbell has a big game. 7.25.
Nice. I am going South win. Just win because we're on fire, and I'm going one try scorer. I'm going Cody Walker. I feel now that I've got my 2023 Wrangler badge, I can now sit at the table of someone like Cody Walker, because Cody Walker looks like the guy, he could wrangle fucking anything. He's got instincts of like all the animals, all the footy and stuff. So I'm like, I want to get a Cody Walker bet, but it's not really a wrangle, but I'm double staking it. So I'm a South win, Cody Walker. It's $4.94, but I'm double staking it because Cody Walker, he's 6 and Jock Madden's 6. Like, look at the two of them side by side. Who's going to score? Who's going to lead their team to a victory? Cody. I just want to get a really nice one-on-one with Cody. $4.94 double staked.
Listen, and I don't mean to speak ill of Jock Madden, but that's a reserve grade footballer's name. It just is. And that's no shot at him, but like Jock Madden isn't winning.
Jock Madden sounds like he plays subbies.
Yeah.
On Saturday morning and then gets on the fucking piss in a big way.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah.
Jock lights it up.
Jock's
covered head to toe.
Yeah, he's king of the kick-ons.
Yeah, he's covered head to toe in Red Bull by like 9:30.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Good luck to him.
Yeah, just spitting on you.
Fun guy, but you have 10, 15
guy.
minutes.
No, it's not fun at this point.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, it's head for the hills.
Yeah. Early on, you're like, I have a quick beer with you, and I'll go the other side of the...
Yeah, he's spitting rum and coke in your
There's
face
nothing.
by like
There's
9
nothing
o'clock.
first. There's nothing first grade Friday night 8 p.m. about Jock Madden. No offense.
That's just purely based off your name. Now, the Lippy is going Jesse Arthurs and Cambo as well.
Jesse Arthurs.
That's paying $5.85. You know, it's uninspiring from Reece Middleton, but it's a Reece Middleton bet.
He's very Middleton in his bets, aren't they?
It's very
Middleton by nature.
It's very run of the mill.
Yeah.
I appreciate him
Very
having a crack,
safe.
though.
It's Middleton as fuck.
He's not having a crack. He's just
Well, like, he's not the Lippies who are, like, trying to chase, like, not... They never really put it into mortal bets, but they all put it in Hall of Fame and bets, you know what I mean? They all just want to get that $20 bet usually, where Reece is like, I'm going down the middle.
Yep. Next up, we got the Fish and we've got the Raiders. So we're at McDonald. I think it's in Wagga. Raiders are actually favourites here, and I'm not sure
Quite
why
heavy
that
favourites.
is. $1.55, the Fish, $2.45, the line 4.5, over under.
I can't work that out.
Rando, is there any reason why are there injuries that I've missed or something? Why the fuck are the Fish so like underdoggy?
Not too sure. Kenny Bromwich comes back into that Dolphins lineup as well, into second row. The Raiders, they have a 33% win record in Wagga. They've also have a 33% win record in the last 3 seasons as the favourite coming off a bye. So they are coming off a bye this week. They're the favourite. Not great at all. They have failed to cover the line in 4 of their last 6 games off the bye, and the Finns did beat them last time out. So maybe take an alternate line there for the Dolphins, maybe plus 10.5 here, because I think they could possibly knock them over. For try scorers, the Raiders' right edge defence has let in 1 in every 3 tries they've conceded. Since Cody Nikorima has taken over, the Finns have scored 4 tries in their last 2 games down their left edge. Robert Jennings has scored 3 tries in 3 games against the Raiders. He also scored a double last week. Could have been 4 tries if he managed to get up off the deck or also put the ball down. So I think they're going to go hard on that left side of the Raiders and possibly get a win.
Okay. All right, Edward, how you seeing it, buddy?
Well, initially I thought to myself, why the fuck are the Dolphins so long? Because they've been beating everyone just about, going really well. They beat the Raiders last time out as well in a game that they probably shouldn't have won, but they did. Hammer turned up, fucking tried the death. Very nice stuff. So I just don't like a result in this game. I really don't. I'm just going to play both sides of the coin, as it were.
Bit of 2 up, mate.
Bit of 2 up. Hammer and Huddy. Hammer and Huddy. Big fan of Huddy Young. Big fan of the Hammer. Hammer didn't score last week. Hammer scores this week. You can take that to the fucking bank. $7.94 for just a couple of thick boys.
I'm following you there, Eddie, but I'm also adding a bit more. I'm taking what you've done and I'm running the ball.
You've been a greedy guts.
I'm being a greedy guts.
Like you yesterday, covered in...
Well, you were fucking sitting there pounding packets of Zappos like it was going out of fashion.
I had 2 packets of Zappos yesterday. 2.
Shout out to Sugar Baby Lollies.
Yeah, I don't know if... I don't know what I was thinking. I had also had a McFlurry. Yesterday was a tough day.
You did. And
yesterday was a tough day.
And then we also got pods and Curly Whirly.
Yesterday was a tough day.
It was gross. I didn't partake,
no,
but
Sebbo
I saw
came in
it.
and we...
Yeah, but you didn't do anything on Anzac
Yeah,
Day.
you weren't as hung as...
I know, but like I'm just saying, like lollies.
but you didn't-
I'm not a lollies guy,
Right.
even if I'm hung, you know.
Okay.
Fuck you. So, hammer 2 or more, Huddy anytime, 23.67. That's not that bad either, dude.
It's not that bad. Yeah, you get them one of these ones. I know you are.
You know what I mean? There's something in the air.
Tonight.
Do you smell it? Sebbo, what are you doing?
Look, this is about as much respect I have to the Raiders right now. Obviously,
fucked, actually.
Obviously, they're going, you know, they're trying to trash fucking future premiership winner Jack Whiten as much as they can and fucking get the NRL to look into his contract. So I'm like, fuck the Raiders at this point in time. They're acting like a toddler. And then I saw the 4.5 line for the Fish. I'm like, well, 4.5, that's about the age of a toddler, like pretty much. Like, I'll just take that. And I was like, well, you know what? Fuck it. This is how much respect I have for you as Will Raiders. I'm going to find a $4.5 price try score to score against you. I found Cody Nikorima, 773. That's just a spite bet to the Raiders. Toddler bet.
I like it, actually. That's
a toddler bet.
That's a really good toddler bet. Now, obviously, toddlers can't gamble, but it's a
toddler's
toddler.
2?
Well, look, 4.5, you're starting to get into your fucking school territory.
So four I can take. You know what I mean?
4's probably the cutoff, but 4.5 will give it to you because it's a storyline. It works. I thought you were going to try and say Nikorima's a toddler. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's actually bad juju in Canberra at the moment because of the way they're acting with Jack White.
And we were going through it before in the green room. They do this to every good player that leaves.
Yeah.
Just fucking plough them into the
Bateman, Williams, fucking
Remember
Hodgson.
they plowed Williams into that because he signed and then COVID happened and his wife couldn't come out. And they're like, this guy has no sense. He wants to go to his family.
Yeah.
Like,
This guy's a fucking disgrace.
He's on the other side of the world and he'd like to go back to his fucking
Homesick.
family
What
in
a
the most
fucking
unprecedented of times in living human history. Like, maybe that's okay. It's like, not one player of substance has left the Raiders in the last however many years, and it hasn't been completely fucking blown up on NRL 360. Like, every single fucking time, you're like, why would anyone... That would surely make you either very nervous to fucking go there, or if you're there, you're like, Jesus Christ. Like,
It's too much. It's
way
too much.
Yeah.
And listen, should they have won that final they were in a couple of years ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
well, listen,
they should have.
Jack
Was that their
Whiten was a
opportunity?
big fucking
Yeah.
part. There
Yeah.
again. Everyone talking about how much Jack White and like he owes him. Like he got a Dally M, he took him to a grand final, and he got a Clive Churchill medal.
and then they managed to not build a premiership winning
they
roster
let
after
Bateman
that.
go, Williams go, Hodgson go. Whatever they were doing there didn't make anyone want to fucking stay.
And maybe all this kind of what we're hearing, how they act in the press, it's like maybe that's how they act in like back at the home ground at training. Why would you want to be a part of that? You know what I
Also,
mean?
and not to be ignored, Canberra as a place is a shithole.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's move on.
Lippy had Fish win, Hammer anytime, Huddy Young anytime.
A lot of hammers and huddies. It does make me nervous. It does make me nervous.
1880. Seems high.
Seagulls Titans here. We are at 4 Pines. Manly $1.45, Titans $2.75. The Lions 6.5, over under 46.5. Turbo named. Will he play? Won't he play? Schuster out again, injured. Cherry Evans said something. I couldn't tell whether he was having a shot at him or not in the media yesterday about like basically needing to fucking work a bit harder.
What did he say?
It was kind of the way he said it was kind of good, where it was like in the sense that I wasn't quite sure whether he was saying like work hard to get back from your injury or a bit of like you need to work.
Oh, you're not working hard enough and that's why you're injured.
I couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell.
But
he's injured a lot.
He hasn't played back-to-back games this year, I don't think. And he had a shocker against the Tigers. Anyway, Rando, positive Manly stats, please.
Well, first of all, Cooper John slots into 5'8", and he has never lost an NRL game in that position. So there's your positive Manly stat. For what I'm more looking at is the Titans. They don't mind playing at Brookie. They have won 3 of their last 4 games at the venue, and they have scored 20 or more points in 6 of their last 7 fixtures there. You got 2 plays here. You can take the Titans over 18.5 points, or you can take the Titans to score over 3.5 tries. Now, they've done that in their last 2 games, and they've lost their last 2 games as well. So maybe Manly, Titans over 3.5 tries responsibly. If you're looking at who will score, well, Brimo has had 7 try involvements in 5 games this year, and the fullback has scored 6 tries against the Seagulls in 7 games. Brimo has also scored 5 tries in his last 4 games at Brookie, 5 tries in his last 3 games when you have him at fullback and not at 5'8". So he could be a possible try scorer there.
Oh, I love it, Brimo. And we all know that I've got Brimo automatically in my fucking bet. He is my OG boy. You know,
so what are you doing, Sebbo?
Look, when you look at a Manly Titans game, outside of just like a storm, like rain coming down or some random event, it's an overs game. Like it is every day of the week. Rando, can you please back me up on that? Because it just seems like Titans love scoring points and hate defense. Manly also have a bit of pizzazz about them in attack. Like, it's an overs game. The markets do know that because it's 46.5, but I'll still take it. Now, Garrick, he owes me one. Brimo's my boyfriend. Put those together, 9.54. I think that's a good 3-leg bet. 9.54 for Brimo to score Garrick over 46.5.
Garrick's centre this week, you know.
Didn't know that, but he still owes me one. So it's all right.
See, that's where I was when I heard that AJ stat and then remembered that Garrick was in the centres. I start to reflect on my decision making generally.
Are you going?
No, you can go.
So basically this week I'm peeling it right back and I'm just going fucking super simple. Now Jason Saab is in nice touch. He's come back healthy. He's come back invigorated. He's come back refreshed. And when he goes aerial, good fucking luck to you. He's also extremely quickest in the comp. Don't know if you knew that. Guy can run. So Saab goes in, and Hamole, I mean, he just runs gorgeous lines. He's just probing around. Cherry Evans loves going to him short out the back, and he just fucking runs over the top of people. Put it together, 5.52.
I've gone even harder than I already was here, just based on some stats that my friend Rando over there provided. So initially I had Ruben, Hamole and Carney P. But then upon AJ Brimson being brought into my life and those stats, I had to add a Brimo in there. And Ruben being in the centres, I actually have removed Ruben and gone to Sabi. So if you go
So you've gone Saab, Hamole, Carney P and AJ. Very Old Testament.
But if you're thinking overs game, fucking loose edge defence, tries can be scored. Hamole will score because he's big and thick and powerful. Like I find that one pretty easy. Cherry Evans putting him through holes and whatnot. Brimo, like Carney, it just all seems like in an overs game, this one definitely happens. And obviously you can't say definitely, but sort of. So Saab, Hamole, Carney P, Brimo. It's a double ender. 34.19.
So does it split?
It splits like a snake's tongue.
So it's four-way fun.
It's four-way fun for you and 3 friends.
You and 3 friends.
Yes, dude.
Crazy.
It's a double ender.
A double
34.19.
Good Lord.
Old Testament.
It'd be hard to get a rhythm going, wouldn't it?
Well, look, it takes some skill. Yeah, it's going to take all the skill I've got to pull this one off.
Yeah.
Just getting back to you, Sebbo, 78% of the last 9 Seagulls-Titans games have been over the points.
Yep.
The average points between these two sides at Brookvale in the last 4 games has been 60. So plenty of points on offer. Some would say the handicap is very unders.
Okay, you know what I'm doing then? I'm taking Garrick out, but I'm double staking the other legs.
Jesus.
So what I'm doing is I'm just going to clear everything there. I'm going
Clear the decks.
Clear the decks. We're going over. This game is going over, and then
Can you take Garrick out?
well, Tom did.
I'm just like technically. That was a stat from me, not from
but I
Rando.
mean,
No, because I'm going more bullish on. I'm taking legs out and going more bullish on
the
another
stat
leg.
that Rando gave. So it's about the Brimo stat.
If I just
he
took-
didn't have
yeah.
Brimo in there, then I think
Yes.
it's trouble.
Yeah. So then,
It also would help me because I have big
and Brimo, where are you? So that's just going to be a 465, but double staked. Welcome back, Brimo. I've missed you. He's been injured for a while, has he? I haven't been.
But because he's been out as well. Aren't you getting a bit of juice for Brimo? Oh, 280, not crazy juice.
Nah, we've
Mole 295's crazy juice.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
He's the new Nanite.
Yeah.
He's the 2023 Nanite.
Yeah, he is.
He's juiced up.
All the way up.
All right, well, what's our fucking...
Manly -6.5, Garrick 2 plus 12.48. Don't like
That's
it.
for the middleman.
Don't like it, middleman.
He doesn't know that Garrick's playing in the centres.
So he doesn't. Hasn't done his research. Hasn't read the team list.
Panthers,
Silly.
Tigers. Panthers, Tigers. This is at Carrington Park in Bathurst. Panthers $1.10, Tigers $7.25. The line 18.5, over under 43.5. Now there are whispers on the winds from your NRL, your rugby league gurus of the world. The Roo thinking that potentially Panthers rest players. If they do that, that's one of the most disrespectful things you could ever imagine in just a round 9 game. Like Origin still nowhere near us. If that happens, I think that we can all, I don't know when we would find out about that, but let's say they just announce it.
Don't they have to do it? Don't you have to do it that morning?
Well, I'm going to be changing my bet significantly if that happens. But Rando, give us some stats.
First of all, just to answer, they do usually cut it down to 19 the morning of, so we won't know till then. But the Tigers, they haven't won away against the Panthers since 2013. However, they haven't lost by 19 plus points to the Panthers in 8 of their last 9 games. Now, it's going to be heavy rain, expected 20 to 40 millimetres in Bathurst.
Wow.
So it's going to be pouring down there.
Okay.
And the Panthers have failed to cover the line at a home game in the wet in 4 of their last 5 games. On top of that, Appy coming up against his old side. He had 150 touches of the footy last weekend, which is the most in a game this season of any player. He has won 2 of his 3 first games against former clubs. The one loss came when Manly were up 20-4 at halftime and then eventually got run down, but we won't go too deep into that.
I remember that game.
Yeah.
So Appy could be here, a little bit of vengeance. So I do like that plus 18.5. And like I said last week, only one of the 10 teams that have had a minus 12.5 or more start have failed to cover the line. We had the Sharks, Storm and Roosters failed to cover the line last weekend in that regard. And the points to go under, in the last 5 years, every Tigers-Panthers game has gone under the points handicap. So they never go over. So that is the main
and that total
stats to
is
go.
43.5, just as a reminder.
And it's pouring rain.
And it's
Pouring rain. Yep.
Yeah, that rain stats changed me greatly, but I'm going to give someone else a little look because my my app is frozen and I cannot look at what may be the change for me. Sebbo?
Yeah, look, I hate this. I mean, I thought
This
we had
game
a few
I hate, by the way.
like especially around Origin, it's hard to punt because you don't know who's sitting out and all that stuff. I thought we'd have a few more weeks where we wouldn't have to worry about that, but now we do. So I hate to punt on it. I'm just gonna pick some backs. Like Peach is gonna be in, right?
That's what I was thinking. Against the old club, back at his old club.
Peach is in, old club. He's taking Tungo's spot, who fucking refused to score for me for like 3 weeks in a row and cost me 2 unit scoopers. So I think Peach gets over. Toto and Crichton, they're not going to be rested, right? Like they're outside back, so I can stay safe there. It is only 7-10. If it's raining, it's not good odds. But I'm trying to roll the dice a little bit. It's not great odds. I don't like the game, and if I don't like the game to bet on, I'm not going to do my head in trying to figure out a good bet. I'll just put it there, be done with it.
I originally had 3 try scorers. I've gone back to 2 because of the rain, because of these understats, because of the lay of the land. Dill Edwards, the ghost, goes in. I can just see him fucking peeling around the back, seeing a bit of a hole. Maybe someone fucking slips over in the wet. That'd be Tigers. That'd be real Tigers behaviour. He'll score a try. And Zach Hosking, just off a little fucking short ball close to the line. Boom. See you later. 6.95.
I'm doing the exact same bet, Eddie. Exact same bet. Well, no, literally control seeing control. But check, I was doing the app. I was in there.
That's all right.
I had Dill. I had a fucking ridiculous bet. Again, the wet scared me off. I had the Ghost 2 or more. I had fucking Hoskings in there. I had fucking someone else. So I'm steering clear of all that shit. And I just like a Dilly Edwards into a Zachy Hosking. It makes me feel a lot more like I don't safer about this game. I should also just chuck in Panthers to win in there.
I might put unders in as well.
You'll get some
43
good
and a
odds
half.
then.
You've got to take
43 and a half's a fuckload of rugby league points.
Yeah, what's the unders? Let's have a look at some unders, Eddie. I'm not mad at where you're at.
That's a lot of rugby league points if it's going to be pouring rain.
It'll jack us up to 1947. Unders.
Yes,
That's a good bet, Eddie.
That's nice. That's a nice rugby league bet.
Yeah, that's a good bet. I'm jealous of that bet.
1947.
You can't not want to touch yourself to that bet.
You know what else happened in 1947, Eddie? Just as a nice bit of
What?
good Manly joined the comp.
Oh, yeah, brah. Yeah, brah.
Has nothing to do with the game, but obviously it's
Sebbo, if you take
You've joined in. Oh, fuck. That's a good bet, though, dude. Fuck.
I'll change my bet. A Control C, Control V. I'll claim it.
God, I hope when the screen comes on, when the coverage comes on, it's just absolutely pelting down and the forecast hasn't fucked me over here.
That's a good bet.
imagine if it's sunny.
Kissing with rain.
Turning leaves WhatsApp chat.
It's going to be
I'm
us
out.
outside his house launching fucking flaming toilet rolls.
Using AccuWeather? AccuWeather's the best.
What's my go-to? The bomb. You got to trust the government.
You never trust the government, dude.
Nah, they don't have the balls to tell you exactly what they think.
No, they don't.
Where
They lie to
AccuWeather's
you.
like, I'll tell you hour by hour. Yeah, I'll be wrong here and there, but you're not going to blame me. I'm not the government. You know what I mean?
The bombs,
Well,
the government are just
81% of the
scumbags.
area will be covered with rain. That's what they're saying at kickoff.
Sure.
So it could be the Ovals at 19%. I can't help
it'll
that.
be raining. Panthers 13 plus, and Peachy for the Lippy 434. Don't like it.
Dude, I love our bet. Love our bet. Warriors, Roosters. Warriors, sorry, no, we're not favourites. Warriors 275, Roosters favourites $1.45. This is at New Zealand. Line 7.5, over under 43.5. Rando. There are some injuries, are there not, for the Warriors?
Yeah.
Yep. Jazz Tavunga, Tohu Harris, and Chance, Nickel Clockstat all missing for the Warriors. They do get back Wade Egan, though, and I think Dylan Walker has passed his suspension, so all good there. The Roosters, they've only won 3 of their last 9 games at Mount Smart. And the Warriors, they've won 8 of their last 9 games in New Zealand following their Anzac Day clash against Melbourne. 3 of the last 4 games between these two sides have also been decided by 8 points. 3 of the last 4 at Mount Smart between these two have been decided by less than 4 points. So you could almost look at either team 1 to 12 here, or even the Warriors plus 12.5. For try scorers, the mismatch is the Warriors' right edge attack up against the Roosters' left. Roosters are conceding the most tries to right wingers, and the Wilds are scoring the most tries to right wingers. DWZ scored twice for the Wilds the other day. The right winger scored a hat-trick against the Roosters the other day. Corey Allen slots into left wing as well, so that Allen and Suoli'i edge is going to be looking very shaky, very fresh. And DWZ has scored in each of his last 2 games at Mount Smart. So that could be something to consider.
Hard game, this one.
Hard game.
Hard game.
Yeah.
I've taken results out because too hard.
Yeah.
Too tough.
Yep.
Joey Manu, 6. Just a different beast. He obviously scored last week. I like him again this week. And Suoli'i, who has gone a bit quiet.
He has gone quiet.
He's gone a little bit quiet.
Had Tedesco try on the weekend as well as his first of the season.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I just feel like Joseph's ready for a big game.
Is this a Joey bet?
It's a Joey bet. Joey squared, 5.98. Joey bet.
I won't be touching Suoli'i with the 10-foot pole. It's just the way that it's gone for me this year with him. I just don't. I can't,
like that.
And I won't.
That's what I like.
Right, but I mean,
you're off.
that's fine. But I've been off him for a minute, so it still hasn't changed anything. It's a game that I have no idea about, and I don't really know what's going on, but it's pure vibe here. Like, what are the things that I'm liking? And Manu, a New Zealand great, Golden Boot winner, you get the drift. Tupanua back. I just like Tupanua. He's one of my favourite Roosters players when he was humping and horny, but he's off the bench, and I kind of didn't realise that when I picked him, but I also did really know that in my heart of hearts. So I just went, fuck it. Manu Tupanua 1063. Not a bet I'd follow me on.
Yep. Look, I'm on Manu as well, so hopefully he scores, and then it's just every man for himself. I'm on Manu. I originally had the Roosters line, taken that out, and I had who's the other bloody
Dallin?
No, I've got Dallin now, but I took out Paulo. I've got Dallin in now, so I'm happy to turn this game into a double ender. just because I don't like the vibe. I don't know what's going on. Post Anzac Day, traveling, Warriors stats apparently go well at home. Like, I'm just all over the shop. When you're all over the shop, go the double ender. 707, Manu Dallin.
That's what they say.
Yeah, when in doubt, double end. Lippy has gone Roosters win, Manu anytime at 335. That is as Middleton as a bet gets. Just a win and a try scorer.
Yeah.
Boo. The last game of the round is Poo Slinger City. Dragons v the Dogs at Wynn Stadium. A stadium, to be honest, that's too nice for a Poo Slinger game.
Great stadium.
It's a great stadium. Yeah, the Dragons $1.70, Bulldogs $2.15, the line 2.5, over under 40.5. Rando, anything worth talking about from this game?
So it will be raining in Wollongong, which is pretty awful conditions, just adds to the poo slinging. Two sides of the stick to look at. If you're a Dogs fan, they've won 9 of their last 11 games at Wollongong, and Josh Reynolds has never lost to the Dragons in 9 games at 5'8". But if you look more recently and not historically, the Dragons, they've won their last 6 games at Wollongong and have a 75% win record as the favourite at the venue in the last 5 seasons. For try scorers, I'm going to keep going back to that half chat. The Dogs have leaked a try to a half in every game this season. Ben Hunt has scored in every home game he has played this year, with 3 of his 4 tries coming on a Sunday. So he could be a juicy try scorer there. I think he's $4.25 or something special there.
$4.25, Rando. You've got
Rando, you've got my attention, bro.
You have.
Who's 425?
Ben Hunt.
Because I had, listen, punters and dribblers, I'll be completely honest with you. When I saw this game, I didn't know what to think.
No.
I just see, quite literally, I just see poo. Yeah. That's all I see. And, like, you know, maybe if you're a poo expert, you can fucking tell them apart.
Fecal expert.
You know, like, that's human poo, that's dog poo. But, like, at the end of the day, it's all shit, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't been bothered to wade through it. I was hoping you might give me a stack because I'm on Zach Lomax, but Zach Lomax doesn't score that often, so I didn't love being on Zach Lomax. But now you're giving me an option with Ben Hunt, so I'm on Ben Hunt, but I'm also on Tyrell Sloan because Tyrell Sloan can play rugby league. I'm not on any Dogs players. There's no reason for that other than the fact that they're at Wollongong. That's the only way I'm sort of thinking about this. Are they at Wollongong? Are the Dragons from Wollongong? Yeah, they are. So that's what I'm doing. So I've got Ben Hunt and I've got Tyrell Sloan, and that is going to get the punter and, of course, the dribbler, 9.45.
It's good. Sloan is the Bulldogs have leaked the most tries to fullbacks and the second most tries. The halfback scored the second most tries against them as well. So you've got the 2 best scoring positions.
Oh, you ever heard of a Control-C, Control-V bet, punters and dribblers? I'm back.
And that stat is over. That stat will end this weekend.
I had Benny Hunt and Max Feagai at 9.20, but now I'm saying, you know what I'm actually going to do? It's not a Control-C, Control-V. I've changed it again. I was going short because I knew it was going to rain. But I just can't turn. This is Sloan and Hunt and Feagai of Max.
Max or Matt?
Max.
Of
whoever's the right. If Max is right wing, Rando.
Yes.
Max Feagai.
Fine.
Fine.
Yep.
Feagai.
Yeah, it's Fine pronounced.
Oh.
Not fun guy.
My apologies.
Don't want to be Den and Kemp here, but yeah. That's,
no, dude. I've never heard it pronounced Fino. Or if I've heard Fino, I thought it was a different player, probably. Those 3 players at any time, 1949. 1949. Fuck it. Because I wanted to go Fino because Moga scored 3 tries down there, so at least that's their side where they're liking to attack. But then Sloan, if the Dogs are conceding fucking tries to fullbacks, you put him in. Ben Hunt loves to score at home. It's like, what am I doing? I'm not missing out on that. 1949.
Nice. I'm jumping on Sloan as well. I'm just adding him to my bet that I originally had, which is Dragons win and Jacob Preston. You know, one of those kind of
wet weather try scorers.
Yeah, he looks like a wet weather guy, doesn't he? Like, so I just saw.
He looks like he loves the slop.
Yeah, so why not? He scored a couple this year, maybe already, maybe even 3 or 4. I'm going to get on him. Dragons win. Presto, Sloan, 16-12, which isn't bad.
Lovely. And the Lippy has gone both Fainai brothers, Max and Matthew, anytime at 5.20.
Sure.
Yeah, righto.
Bet of the week, Rando. Hot boys.
I'll start with bet of the week, and I'm really big on the Rabbitohs here and Latrell Mitchell. As I said, may as well be called Trell Corp. He's won 5 of his last 6 games at Suncorp and also scored in each of those last 6 games. So Rabbitohs, the line, -3.5 it's now gone up to, and Latrell anytime. That should be paying you $3.64. For my hot boys, let's get underway, starting with Ronaldo. Much like his namesake, he loves to score. He has 17 tries in 17 games at home. The Cows' right edge has leaked a try to a left wing in 5 of their last 6 games, so chuck him in there. Then I'm chucking in Brimo. As I said, really hot at Brookvale. He loves playing in the beaches. He has scored 5 tries in his last 3 games at Brookie at fullback, and the Seagulls are conceding 6 tries in 7 games to fullbacks. Brian To'o, hot boy in headgear. He'll slide over in the wet to make it 3 tries in his last 3 against the West and add more pain to that awful left side defence of the Tigers. And then to finish it off, Dylan Watene-Zelezniak, the hottest mullet in the game. He has scored in his last 2 at Mount Smart, and the Roosters left edge have let in 7 tries in 7 games to his position. You chuck all of them in, and that is paying $23.46.
Beautiful. All right, thank you, Rando. We've done you better the weekend, hot boys.
Yeah, we've done them all.
Now into the unit scoopers. I am hearing whispers that Sebbo's change is better. We still, it's funny, right? So when we're in the green room before the show, and I think you went to take a well-earned poo, we were like, Eddy didn't actually even say anything. He goes, oh shit, Sebbo's going for it. And it's almost like you're literally on top of a mountain about to fucking...
Yeah. I am standing at the top of Everest with the snowboard and a parachute and all sorts of extreme climbing gear, adventure gear, motorbikes, all that shit. I am now prepped for an Ozaki. Now, I'm going on an Ozaki run this year, which means that I'm going to have a few cracks at it. And
what if you hit it this week? Will you stop?
Yeah. You get one a year, you retire. You wrangle a stags, you retire. You hit an Ozaki, you retire. Like, you go after something else. You go after smoothie,
Acai.
Try and get a little acai bowl to build up the confidence for a smoothie. Whatever you want. You've always got to categorise your bets if you want to get them. You can't just randomly throw shit together, especially in unit scoopers. So this is what's happened. I put on an Ozaki this morning. But I've switched around a couple of the lines, I'll tell you. But I've got the original bet that I've put on the side, which isn't part of the show. But I'll share that later. I'll just tell you which legs have changed. But some of the lines have been jumping around. Some of them have given me some points. Some have been taken away. So where I've landed this morning right now, is the Ozaki 8. Here it is. Sharks minus 11.5. Cows stink. Want nothing to do with them. We'll never have cows as part of my Ozaki 8 for this year. Knights plus 7.5. This is a bit of a risky one, but look, the Eels, you can't trust them, and Knights are putting up fights against nearly everyone. Bunnies minus 3.5, which is really annoying. It was minus 2.5 a second ago, but I'll take Bunnies minus 3.5. Trell, Cody, they're all fucking firing. Fish plus 4.5. Raiders are a joke. They're a toddler at the moment. Titans plus 6.5. They'll probably get out to a 28-0 lead to Manly. Manly will come back and win by a couple points. Tigers, this is the one that I changed. I changed this one. Tigers plus 18.5. I was so ready for the Ozaki until I started hearing whispers that Panthers might be rested and shit like that. Because I'm like, that ruins your Ozaki 8. So this is fucked, but I've taken Tigers plus 18.5. If Penrith rest a few players and it's fucking pouring down, because Rando double-checked on AccuWeather that it is, I will take plus 18.5. Was plus 7.5. It was plus 6.5. So this one I got something on my side. I don't know what's going on. I don't think anybody knows what's going on in this game. So take plus 7.5. Dragons minus 2.5. I just think that the Dragons beat the Doggies on a Sunday, and 2.5 isn't much to cover. So that gets you 167.15. Used to be 198.2, but because we hit one, I hit one, they've obviously changed the odds down to that. So that's my Ozaki.
You've moved the market.
I don't hate it.
I don't love it, but what do I know? Like, I'm ice cold at the moment. Maybe I'm starting to warm up.
Maybe.
But like, Knights don't like, Tigers don't hate but don't love. Who knows? Dragons, who knows?
That's because if you were to put an Ozaki 8 on, my guess would be that you always take the minus points because you're always on the favourite side. To be able to hit an Ozaki 8, that'd
all be minuses.
Probably.
Yeah, you need to be able to go your
I think
upsets.
Dragons, dude. I don't think Dragons minus 2 is that fucking good. But it's also not
risky.
that bad. Look, respect. I am going in Acai, but I was looking at, like, Acai's a healthy bowl. and who are like usually like the fittest, healthiest on the field. That's how I was thinking. I think it's fullbacks, right? They're covering the most ground in the game. So basically, I'm just going with like an Akai Bowl filled with healthy footballers, and that's just number ones from a few games. So I've got Kennedy in there, very healthy. Gotho, Trell, Hammer, and Casper. There's a part of this that makes me concerned where it's like, oh, fuck, do you think that many fullbacks are going to score? But I'm like, listen, you've got to go with you know, what you're feeling in your heart and in your soul. And I think that they can get up. So you're going to get $71.31 for that. Kennedy, Gotho, Trell, Hammer, Casper.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Healthy boy bet.
I've gone a very small Akai. However the fuck you say it. Katoa, Hammer, Saab, Marzu, $20.10.
Yep. That's more just a yogurt with fruit.
Yeah, that is a yogurt. Yeah, it's not even an
yogurt
Akai,
with fruit.
dude. It's honestly like a yo petit miam or whatever.
Yeah, it's not a bad yogurt. I fucking love yogurt.
No, it's a nice flavoured yogurt, but it's
strawberry.
probably not that good for you. Like the health benefits probably aren't there, but it tastes nice.
No, it's full of sugar.
You could fit it into your lunchbox.
It's full of sugar.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's delicious.
It's a recess bet.
Correct.
What's the Lippy doing?
Katoa, Sivo, Trell, Asako, Saab, Edwards, Suoliti, Sloan, $430.93.
Don't hate it.
Not bad by Lippy.
Not bad. Can't hate it. 10 into 10,000. I am the first cab off the rank tonight. Sharks, Cows. I've just gone with my boy Willie Kennedy, 215.
I've gone Greggy Marju, 235.
In the spirit of speaking up, I don't love that. Only because we're all really trying to fucking take a piece of Greggy Marju, and that is there another game you could be doing, or is that all you've got?
You want me to pick another game?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just. How do you feel about Greg Marju? Or do we just? Is it?
What are the other games? What are the other games?
You've chosen the Knights Eels game. I just am a little shocked by that.
Broncos, Rabbitohs.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm on the fence. I'm not either way. Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you to change.
Rando?
What, my one or your?
No, what do you think about
Marzu?
Greg?
What do you think about Greg?
Just checking out how Sean Russell defends on the Sting, to be honest. And he has let in 2 tries in 3 games. So I think Marzu takes advantage of him. I reckon it's a mismatch in defence that way.
Keep him in.
Got to keep him in.
Keep him.
I'm happy to look. That's what it's about.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a democracy.
Well, okay. Sebbo or Randos?
Unless when it comes to Burma, it just tells you to fuck off.
I'm going to take Robert Jennings here at $2.40. I think the left side's going to eat apart the Raiders' right side. We've seen it so many times before, and the left wing has scored the most tries against Canberra.
Beautiful. All right, punters, dribblers, that is us.
And I'm taking Polo.
Sorry, I thought you already said.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
202. I just think go a winger who just, he's not flashy, but he scores.
Yep. Love it. That's now us. Shout out to Neds for Sport. If you are going to have a punt, do it with Neds. Gamble responsibly, of course. The About Even group on Neds. Secret password, dribbler.
See you later.
See ya.